in this motherfucker for no damn 3 days, bro. You know, you can't just lock me up in here against my will or something. You know, because, like, the person already initially, you lied to me. You, like, my pills and they lied and said, oh, yeah, we take the medication because it's going to be with the doctor. No, bitch. Keep all my shit where my shit at. Don't touch shit in my bag. You can look at what's in my bag and this, that, and the third. Keep my shit in my bag and that damn locker that you got that shit. You done took my medication. I done already went to the hospital about a possible almost overdose, bruh, when it came to my medication. So now the way that y'all treating me, bitch, you might do something to my medication. I still ain't took none of that medication from the day that they sat up and removed that shit from my fucking bag. That's where that shit came into play. That's why the case is beat whenever the fucking shit, and it's beat because, bitch, you an illegal clone. Human, which is a federal crime. You was cloned using a 3D biological printer. So, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I'm like, no. Your ass like, hell no. I'm like, hell no. But, so, before I got there, I tried to call the police. They just locked my ass up against my motherfucking will. That motherfucker already had intentions to, like, try to, again, create a situation or for something like that to basically happen. Because why you just didn't leave the bag where the bag was at? You wanted me to do something to you. You understand? Like, you wanted me to do something to you. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you feel me? Why did you remove my medication from my fucking bag? Now you ain't gonna be in. Now you gonna be in the courtroom, and now you gonna try to play victim. Now, when you go to court and you go sit on the stand, I hope you're gonna be the same person, and I hope you're not gonna do what the same Adam Mosseri clone that had basically sat up and locked me up previously before had did when the motherfucker sat up and they brought a whole nother person up there. You was a tall ass, big dyke ass bitch. You know what I'm saying? And you remember that Aaliyah Ramen girl? So I got my niece. Her name Leah. Listen to that girl's story. That Aaliyah Ramen girl is a fucking clone. Adam Mosseri clone. She repeating the story back like, I was going to the doctor and the ICE agents had pulled me out of my car. That's what she's saying happened to her. Mind you, she a clone. Then she was sitting up saying shit like what? I was seeing people chained up in the jail facilities, and she was saying that they had something about she got restrained or somebody was restrained and in a restraining chair. And I'm like, now this motherfucker talking about shit that, now the clone talking about shit that they done did. The Adam Mosseri clone. Now you talking about stuff that you done did. Because if you take me going to another jail facility, no, you talking about you being a clone, and you talking about one of your clones that was in a jail facility that was a correctional officer that was sitting up restraining this old ass woman in a chair. You talking, that's what you talking, you know what I'm saying? But you saying that the police was the. So the motherfucker up there, listen to the Leah Ramen motherfucker story. Talking about, oh yeah, I just didn't know. Cologne, so I gotta bring up that situation. I gotta bring up one of them rappers that's a clone. I gotta bring up this, you feel me? I gotta bring up all this little stuff, but I gotta organize it to a correct type of way, because it's like what? I gotta go and hit on it. Close that shit the fuck out. But yeah, like, try to call the police before. You sent the clone up there. Try to call the police afterwards. Now, I don't know if I did try to call the police, but I don't even know what happened after that. But I have tried to file police. Yeah, I did try to file police reports. My police reports didn't go through. So that's what I'm saying. You feel me? Like, it's like stuff like that. When, you remember I just went up to Harris County and they gave me that charge? They gave me that battery charge after that. So they sat up and they gave me that battery charge, and then they took me back to Columbus. And you know who had to do my fingerprints and shit like that? So they did my fingerprints and stuff like that. It was a clone that did my fingerprints, bro. Motherfucker just started working now. You know what I'm talking about? Like, literally. Oh, let's take your picture. Okay, raise your neck up. Can I see your neck tattoo? Okay, turn to the side. Oh, try to push your hair back like this. Stop trying to play with me, bitch. You trying to see my my hairline, you stupid asshole. Stop playing with me, bro. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's like that right there. When you sit up and you say little shit like that, hey, put your hair back so I can see the side and so you can see my edge up. Bitch, you know my hairline. You know my hairline fucked up. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know my hairline fucked up. What do you want at that situation? You want a reaction. Talking about some put your hairline. Bitch, ain't nobody never told me that in no jail facility. Literally, I go in that bitch with my hair just like this. Ain't nobody never told me that shit. But that case beat. Yeah, but I gotta close it out though. You know, ain't nobody. But I'm definitely not guilty. I'm taking that shit to trial. What had ended up happening? I think that fuck, god damn it, shit. They said battery. When they started telling me the terminations for battery and all that shit, I'm like, bitch, I'm not going to jail for your motherfucking ass, bro. You know what I'm talking about? And when I really put that thing into perspective, like, it's not sounding that great right now, but when I really put that thing into perspective come time for court, it's like what? When I put that shit down there into perspective when it comes time to court, brother, like, I feel like it ain't nobody, you feel me, like, like, you know, they just had that Jeffrey Epstein shit that just happened, how, oh, Jeffrey Epstein's not getting charged, nobody that's been in the files is gonna get charged, all that shit. People are gonna be very aware and be like, that don't sound right. That don't sound okay. You finna let this you know. And I get it. Like, you want to deem me as crazy and this, that, and the third. But reality was, before I got locked up and I got wrongfully arrested, right? And before that situation had ended up happening, not this right here. I initially got locked up for panhandling. Like, I wasn't supposed to be arrested ever. I said I can't file for unemployment. I can't donate plasma. And what else did you say? I can't file for unemployment. I can't donate plasma, and they won't hire me. Why can you not donate plasma? Because they got clones in the facility that keep rejecting people when it comes to the plasma process and lying to them. Why can you not? Why you can't file for unemployment? Because you're going to constantly be up there calling them motherfuckers, and when you keep calling them motherfuckers, they ain't going to sit up and let you file for the unemployment. When you do the mathematics for the stuff when it comes to the unemployment, you're not going to sit up and get no money throughout that process. It's not that much. If they hire you for 2 weeks and then they fire you after that, and then you got to go get unemployment, it's going to take you a minute to get that shit. Because you're going to have to keep calling, and they're going to keep giving you the runaround. Just like when I was in court and we tried to pay the ticket 3 times, and then they gave us the runaround because it was literally. All right, so let's take the next instance. You won't hire me because you keep making up shit. First it was the person don't have experience. Now the person got experience. And then the next thing is they don't have that it's not longer. Okay, now is the charges that they got. Stop lying, bitch. Why they got the clones and shit like that up in there? Firing people for no motherfucking reason. If they doing a good job at work, now you got clones and then now you trying to set up a situation for that person to get fired. That's it. Nah, it was. So I got locked up by an illegal clone again throughout that process. The police was like, "Ooh, on this side we got this battery where you attack the security. Okay, and the security a clone. What that gonna look like?" I got the picture of the man that was the clone that locked me up. Cause before you literally, now I got the security, but the security, y'all took my bag, so I couldn't take the picture. When I got transported and I went to Colorado, right, it was a man in there, and his name was Michael, and he was bald headed. Tell me why the same exact dude that they set up that they locked me up with, I mean the same officer that locked me up, when I went to the other jail in the Colorado place, it was him, but he was bald headed. Somebody like, oh man, no, that's not, no. You understand? Motherfucker was a clone. I ain't had my stuff yet at the time, type shit like that. You know what I'm talking about? Got into it again with the Adam Ozeric clone. It was another officer up there. Him again, a clone. This time, now this one was an Adam Ozeric clone. He wanted to be Mexican again this time. And he wasn't trying to let me ass leave again. I don't, you know what I'm saying? So I dealt with that like process of just like that. It was ridiculous. That's why I said like a lot of people, they don't like to live in reality and stuff like this, that, and the third with what's going on. They like to make up different type of shit. But yeah, like when you in job facilities, they'll tell you can't record shit in a job facility. Why is that? Because if you get to recording too much shit, you able to what? They gon'... You feel me? Like, why you think people in job facilities, they don't want you recording shit in their business? I get it. You might say you want privacy in your business. That's not the case. All the time. Hell no. Like, it's so you can abuse their ass at given, at certain times. Like, it's literally, that's what it is. But that battery charge, once I bring up that Aaliyah Rahman shit, because when you hear the Aaliyah Rahman case, you're going to hear, and you're going to be like, damn, this case is so similar. Oh, you was going to the doctor? It's all the little things. When you hear her case, that shit going to be like, oh, man. When I bring up the rapper type shit, when I bring up the Alabama motherfucker that shot up and killed 12 people in 1 year, and that motherfucker was one of them Adam clones, now I'm finna really sit up and I'm finna show you why this cloning shit, bro. Nigga, when I sit up and I bring up the police officers and shit like that being clones, you gonna understand, like, motherfucker, this is a terrorist. At this point, like, this is obviously a terrorist, bro. You have a fucking terrorist on this domestic terrorist. Like, you feel me? Like, and that shit on what? You gonna have to close that on out. And it's, you gonna have to be found not guilty in some type of a way, shape, or form.